Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We recently installed Total Control Products' complete bolt-in coilover conversion kit along with their adjustable export brace on our 70 Mach 1. Today we're going to stiffen the chassis even further by installing this adjustable fender mount Monte Carlo bar. It's going to fit your 65 through 70 Mustang and will work with the stock suspension or in conjunction with the TCP. The TCP adjustable Monte Carlo bar is going to mount to the top of your fender aprons using the supplied brackets. The nice thing about this is because you're mounting it there, it allows you some fore and aft adjustment that clears things such as a larger distributor. This can also be tied in with the TCP suspension, which we'll show you later. For this installation, you need a 3/8 ratchet, 7/32 Allen key, 5/16 Allen key, 3/4 wrench, 9/16 wrench, tape measure, marker, drill, 1/8" pilot bit, 3/8 drill bit, and safety glasses. The TCP Monte Carlo bar is going to bolt to your fenders using these fender brackets, which you're going to install roughly in this neighborhood here. You can adjust them fore and aft to get the clearance you need for your distributor. You just want to make sure the top edge lines up with this edge here. Now, if you have an aftermarket apron or a damaged apron, this might move back and forth. You don't want to have too much play. A little bit of play is okay because when you tighten it down, it's going to straighten itself. But if you have too much, you'll actually hammer this slightly smooth to make sure you have proper clearance. What we're going to do is use a block of wood so we don't damage our paint. And just tap this in a little bit so it sits a little bit flatter. Thankfully, the fender aprons are fairly thin, so they'll move pretty easily. That's sitting pretty good now. That little rock like that's no big deal. As soon as we tighten it up, it'll pull it in. So we're ready to mark and drill our holes. Before you drill though, you want to take a quick measurement. Grab a tape measure, a bracket approximately where you think you're going to have it, and measure to the front of the radiator support. We're right at about 15 inches, right where we're looking to go. You just want to make sure, measure the other side, and just put the bar roughly in place to make sure it's going to clear everything before you drill holes. Different model years, the 65 through 66. You're gonna find this distance will be a lot shorter. 67.8 will open up a little bit more, and then 69.7 is gonna be a little bit larger. We're gonna start with an 1/8" pilot hole and double check to make sure everything lines up on the inside of the fender. This is the bracket that's gonna mount inside the fender. Basically how it's gonna work, this is going to bolt to this, and then our brace will bolt to there, and 2 more additional bolts go through the top of the apron into this to add additional support. At this point, since we have a pilot hole, we want to make sure this will go up into place and line up. Put the bracket up, kind of L bracket up against the inside of the fender apron. And our pilot hole, yep, we're good. Now we'll drill a second pilot hole, then we'll open them up. We'll double check our alignment, make sure our holes line up good, and we can bolt the bracket in place. Bracket in place. Get them hand tight and then tighten them down. We're going to put a piece of body tape now up in here. We're going to be drilling through from the bottom up into the engine bay just to protect the paint so it doesn't chip too badly. We're also going to be very, very close to the fender here, so we want to try to protect it. We'll put our bolts through from the top here. And tighten them down. Repeat the process on the other side. Now we install the ends on the bar. Do is grab the lock nut. One side will be a right thread, one side will be a left-hand thread. Thread that on and put a dab of anti-seize on the threads. And thread it onto the bar. And repeat the process on the other side. Now we'll put the Monte Carlo bar in place. a bolt from this side. And we'll go over and adjust the other side before putting the nuts on and tightening it down. I want to adjust the bar so basically you have the same thread showing on each side. And tighten down the lock bolts. And your installation is finished. The addition of the Total Control Products adjustable Monte Carlo bar with our existing export brace is really going to tighten up the front suspension on our 70 Mach 1. Like I mentioned before, they actually make a truss brace which will install from here to here and really tie things together, which we plan on installing in the future. The installation of the Monte Carlo bar should take you around an hour or two, so be back on the road in no time.